Hey guys, it's Junior. Welcome back to my channel, Horsepower Warehouse. I wanted to give you guys another quick update on everything that we've been doing this week. We've had a lot of cars come and go, a lot of service work happen, and so on and so forth. So let's jump right into it. Let me show you guys a couple of the newest additions here. If you don't already know, we have a soft spot for these Pintos, particularly the wagons. I really like this pea green wagon. I mean, check this thing out. I know you guys are probably, a lot of you have subscribed based on my Corvette build, so this is kind of obscure for me to be happy about having a 1974 pea green Pinto wagon here, but just bear with me a little bit here. And I mean, look how cool this thing is. Green interior. It's just absolutely, it's a really nice condition car. I love how gaudy it is by today's standards. I mean, this thing is, man, but it's a good color for this car. But, you know, this is an original color as well on this one. I would say I'm much more opinionated in having this one. Look at the wing with the wood grain on it. You know, it's functional but stylish. I also like the roof rack on top. Yeah, this is a family hauler right here. Also had a Beetle come in maybe half an hour ago. I don't really know a whole lot about this one yet, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but check this thing out. And excuse me while I make my way out here. I had to show this to you guys. I know we've got it out here in the sun, but just look at this 2007 Tacoma. No, I'll never sell it. This was, in 1956, the most expensive vehicle that you could purchase. This is not a Lincoln Continental, this is a Continental. This is back when Continental was its own thing. Kind of like Ram trucks these days is no longer Dodge. Continental. Look at the proportions of this thing, it's wild. Super long front end. Short rear end. That Hayabusa was getting it, wasn't they? This thing is just, it was a Rolls-Royce competitor is essentially what they built it for. It's got vents that come through the roof because the air conditioning is all in the rear of the car. And I know better than to try to open a hood one-handed with a camera in my hand, but here we go. Let's see how gifted I'm feeling right now. Hey, I got it. Check out how obscure the exhaust manifolds are coming out through the fender. I mean, this thing is just a really strange car. You Ford guys will notice that you're not looking at a distributor here in the front either. It's in the rear, kind of Chevrolet style. Man, what a really neat car. I've never actually seen one. Clicker on down. Check out that hood. I love the kind of like cartoonish dimensions of this thing. Also has these really neat vents. Man, let me know down below. What do you guys think? Is this thing the little knight in the back? That's your key. 56 Continental. Apparently these things were all hand built too, or at least the vast majority of it. And apparently they took a wash of several $1,000s on every car that they built. This one, we haven't even cleaned it up yet, guys, so don't judge me too much, but man, that thing is killer. You guys know from probably my last videos, I actually have, here's the storefront in case you guys are curious. Pretty big. I think we're 52,000 feet in this shop. But if you guys have watched my previous videos, you know that we already have a Lincoln Continental here that is just absolutely massive. But before we jump into that, the 427 is already sold. This, if you guys have watched previously, is super rare. It's a 427 factory AC 400 horse. 64 here is ready to go for sale. Super nice car. This one is waiting to go through service, so it's going to be on the website very shortly. 65? Yeah. No, 66. I'm sorry. 66 white car. You can see it's stripped. It's fresh back from paint. Still has to go through service. 67 is ready for sale. Resto Mod is ready for sale. You can see a fresh edition Mosport. This isn't the small block Mosport Coupe that I showed you guys last week. That one is actually at our South store right now. This is of course a 66 because it's Mosport green, but this is a top flight 427 car. I haven't touched it yet or even cleaned it yet, so I'm not going to give you guys the full walk around just yet, but that one's coming up in the works very soon. This one is sold, awaiting Classic Auto Air still. I mean, good Lord. The Mosport green 427, I did the complete frame off restoration on this car. This one is just about done. I mean, to be honest with you guys, we had it completely together, and one of the gauges, even though everything was fully rebuilt, one of the gauges was malfunctioning, so I had to take it all back out. That's just the name of the game. I'm used to it. I can tell you guys, I've installed hundreds of these instrument clusters, and it's nothing through installer error. It's just the name of the game. When something's not right, that's what's most important, is we go back and make it right, especially if it's one of our fully built cars. We're representing this, so we'll go back and do what it takes. 67 is awaiting its place in line, as is the Nomad and the Resto Mod 59 that we have over there. This is a customer 66 Nassau. This is probably going to be my next video because it is so close for me to go down on there. Couple little things just need to be finished and finalized on it, and then it'll be ready to go on, and I'm going to do a video with you guys on that. You can see with the 63 convertible here, we do have the seats recovered. We did all this in-house. We have the L-notch door panels here in the box. We have my ACC Auto Custom carpet kit, 63 Roadster complete pad, red loop. You can see I have a box of miscellaneous things, red seat belts, and some final stuff to tie it off. This is the die, in case you guys are curious. Manufactured by Auto Accessories of America. This is specific to 59 to 64, and there's the part number that I use. This die is fantastic on these Corvettes, and they of course sell it for each specific color code for the years. You can see black car here. The frame is completely stripped down, ready to go to powder coat with all of the parts that we have grenaded over here. You can see how it's pretty much stripped at this point. Everything is coming out really nice on the bottom side of it. No drama at all with this car. This one cleaned up really nice without too much fuss. This one is awaiting its time with the pressure washer here. You can see I have my steam powered pressure washer. That's our first and foremost. We like to pressure wash it. We don't get too hardcore with it. You really don't want to utilize all 4,500 PSI there. In fact, you want to stay about 2 feet away and use a wider nozzle so you don't actually cause more damage than good. But this car is awaiting for, you can see how it just comes in all dirty. I mean, this is par for the course, guys. All these cars, when they come in here, you know, they're pretty dirty. But we specialize in taking the cars from this to looking like that. So that's why we're so busy, is because I think we do it better than anyone else. Of course, it's subjective, but I'm proud of my work, and I don't know anyone else that's really doing it like we are. But it's been an interesting week, guys. I'll tell you, to say the least. Lots of cars coming and going. This is the other Continental I was referring to earlier. Suicide doors. Look at how big it is in the rear. That's why I love this, is just because how massive everything is. Plenty of room for everyone. You can see we have 3 of the seats cleaned up, and the 4th one isn't quite clean yet. That's the pretty significant difference. It's got the diving platform on the rear here. This car is absolutely a tank. I love it. And it rides like a magic carpet, like you would imagine. I mean, you feel no bumps. It literally floats down the road. Comment down below, what are you guys more impressed with? Would you rather have this Continental, Lincoln Continental, or the Continental that we have out there, its predecessor? Both very, very cool cars in their own right. This one is long as a yacht, and it's got suicide rear doors. But the one out there is just, I mean, in its time, it was just absurd. I don't know. Personally, I'll take that light blue one out there over this one. And it's a hard pick. But Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll make another video on the 66 Nassau Blue as we get that ready to go back down onto the frame. And I'm also going to make another video for you guys just addressing maintenance and fluids because I get a lot of questions with that. But thank you for joining me, and until next time, take care.